He smiled even as the cuffs clicked shut. My black Dodge Challenger. My pride. My dream. My symbol of everything I'd worked for was upside down on live TV smoke rising from the wreckage while the news anchor screamed about a teenage driver gone wild. When the camera zoomed in, I froze. The driver being dragged from the car in handcuffs was my neighbor's son, the golden boy of our HOA community, the same kid whose mom fined me 3 days earlier for washing that very car too early in the morning. 3 days. That's all it took for my life to flip just as violently as that car. My name's Preston Ashford. I'm 35, working IT live in a suburb called Meadowbrook Hills, a place so perfect it feels manufactured in a lab somewhere. Every lawn cut to regulation height, every house painted in one of 3 HOA-approved shades of beige, and every morning ruled by Valerie Sinclair, our HOA president, queen of the clipboard, and self-appointed guardian of suburban purity. She had that practiced politician smile, crisp navy blazer even at dawn, and eyes sharp enough to catch a single blade of grass out of compliance. That morning I was just rinsing my Challenger in the driveway. 6:45. The sun barely up the neighborhood silent except for birds and the soft hiss of water. Then my doorbell rang like an alarm. Through the peephole, there she was, Valerie, clipboard hugged to her chest, pen ready like a weapon. "Good morning, Preston," she chirped. "We need to address a community violation that occurred at exactly 6:45 a.m. I laughed, thinking she was kidding. Violation. I'm just washing my car. She clicked her pen. Noise ordinance breach. Section 8.3. Quiet hours end at 8 a.m. on weekdays. "You're serious?" I asked, staring at her like she'd lost it. She nodded, smiling that HOA smile that says, "I own you, and you don't even know it. The sound of running water could reasonably disturb neighbors. This will be your 3rd infraction." I wanted to shout. Wanted to tell her the garbage trucks made more noise than my hose that her son had been revving an engine at 1 a.m. last week. But arguing with Valerie was like arguing with a robot programmed for bureaucracy. She'd just quote bylaws until your will to live evaporated. "It's my property," I said, voice tight. She tilted her head. "Compliance isn't optional, Preston. It's what separates communities from chaos." When she finally strutted away, I caught sight of her son Austin watching us from his upstairs window. 17. That blank teenage stare, but something about it unnerved me. He wasn't just watching, he was studying. His eyes followed my car slow and hungry like he was memorizing every inch of it. I should have paid attention to that look. 3 days later, my world cracked open. I walked into my garage Monday morning, keys in hand, and froze. The space was empty, my Challenger gone. The oil stain on the concrete sat there like a chalk outline at a murder scene. My backup key hook empty. No broken glass, no forced entry. Whoever took it knew exactly where to look. When the detective arrived, a calm woman named Hayes, she inspected everything and said, "Professional job." Inside knowledge. Someone's been watching you. That line hit me like a gut punch. Watching me, my routines. Who would even... I thought of that stare from the window. That kid. Valerie's son. Still, I pushed it aside. It felt too crazy, too personal. Neighbors gathered like vultures whispering. Valerie showed up perfectly composed, but with that crack in her voice people get when they're lying. Austin was home all night, she said, fast defensive like someone rehearsing an alibi. Detective Hayes just raised an eyebrow and wrote something in her notebook. I swear, in that moment, Valerie's mask slipped for half a second. She wasn't worried about my car, she was worried about her reputation. For the next 2 days, I barely slept. I kept replaying it in my head how someone had walked into my locked garage, found the hidden key, and vanished without a sound. Every creak in my house made me flinch. I felt violated, exposed, powerless. Then came the call. "Mr. Ashford, we've located your vehicle," Detective Hayes said. Her voice was tight. "You should turn on Channel 7. Right now." I did, and my heart stopped. On screen, my black Challenger tore down Main Street like a missile. Police cars and pursuit sirens wailing. The helicopter camera zoomed in my license plate, my silver racing stripes, my car. The news anchor's voice trembled with adrenaline. This is a live pursuit involving a stolen vehicle. The driver is refusing to stop. I could barely breathe. My phone started blowing up. Dude, that's your car. Oh my God, is that the Sinclair kid driving it? And when the camera caught a glimpse through the windshield, I saw him. Brown hair, sharp jaw, same kid from the window. Valerie's son. I whispered, Jesus, Austin. The chase got worse. The kid was flying through red lights, swerving past school buses, nearly mowing down joggers. It was surreal watching my car become a weapon, hearing my name on the news as the registered owner. Then it hit me he was heading back toward our neighborhood. The anchor's voice cracked. The suspect is returning to the Meadowbrook Hills subdivision. No, not here. My phone buzzed nonstop. Neighbors messaging our HOA chat. Everyone get inside. Lock your doors. Is that Valerie's son? The helicopter showed the exact street where I lived, the entrance sign, the tidy lawns, everything. And there was my car. Austin's hands on the wheel, his face pale but focused, screaming down the boulevard past the community center where Valerie used to preach about safety and property values. Then came the crash. He took a corner too fast. The car fishtailed, hit the embankment, and for a second it was airborne. Then came the impact. The sound was pure violence, metal twisting glass exploding, the roar of an engine dying mid-scream. On live TV, I watched my 5-year dream crumble into an upside-down heap in a drainage ditch. When they dragged Austin out, he was alive, bloodied, dazed, but alive. And when the cops cuffed him, he smiled. The same cold smile I'd seen that morning through his window. That night, my doorbell rang again. No clipboard this time. Valerie stood there, sweater wrinkled, makeup gone, eyes hollow. For the first time since I'd known her, she looked human. Preston, please, I need to explain. I almost slammed the door. Explain. Your son stole my car, totaled it, nearly killed people. Tears streaked her face. I knew he was stealing cars. I found your spare key in his room 3 weeks ago. I thought I could stop him. I thought he'd listen to me. You knew, I whispered. You knew and did nothing. You fined me for washing my car while your son was stealing them. She sank into a chair on my porch, sobbing. After my husband left, everything fell apart. Austin was angry. I thought if I could control something, anything, it would hold our lives together. I focused on the HOA because I couldn't fix my own house. Her words hit harder than I wanted them to. Control. That was her drug, and it had poisoned everything. She handed me an envelope, shaking hands, tear-stained paper. This is Austin's confession, and my resignation from the HOA board. Inside was a letter written in blocky teenage handwriting. Mr. Ashford. I know, sorry isn't enough. I stole 6 cars over the last 8 months. I did it because we're losing our house. Mom doesn't know we're 4 payments behind. I was trying to fix it before she found out. I kept reading. Austin had been recruited by an older man named Marcus who ran a car theft ring. He preyed on broke teenagers, kids with broken homes, promising them quick cash. Austin wasn't the mastermind. He was a pawn, a desperate one. I didn't want to feel sympathy. I wanted to stay angry. But damn it, it was hard. A week later, Detective Hayes called. We arrested 3 adults linked to Marcus. Austin's information helped us find them. He's cooperating fully. At the hearing, I saw Austin for the first time since that day. Shackled orange jumpsuit, eyes hollow, but calmer. The judge asked me, the victim, what punishment I wanted. I took a deep breath and said, he destroyed something I loved, but locking him away for years won't fix anything. He needs to understand what he did to make it right, not rot for it. The judge nodded. 6 months juvenile detention, 200 hours of community service restitution payments. When Austin's mother heard the sentence, she broke down. For the first time, I saw relief, not victory, not control, just relief that her son still had a future. Months passed. The neighborhood slowly recovered. The HOA elected a new president who actually cared about people instead of rules. Valerie volunteered at a local food bank. Austin sent me a letter every month with his restitution checks, each one neater than the last. One line stuck with me. Yesterday, I stopped a 15-year-old from joining a car theft crew. I told him what it really costs. That hit deeper than I expected. Maybe justice wasn't about payback, it was about stopping the cycle. A year later, I stood in my driveway washing my new car, a modest silver Honda. Same spot, same hose, same hour of the morning. Nobody fined me this time. Valerie was 3 houses down tending the community garden she started for struggling families. Austin walked by in his work uniform heading to his job at the auto shop. "Morning, Mr. Ashford," he said, smiling. "Honda's looking clean." I smiled back. Yeah. No racing stripes this time. He laughed, waved, and kept walking. For a moment, I just watched him go, realizing how far we'd all come. The HOA tyrant, the car thief, the angry neighbor, we'd all been broken in different ways. But somehow, through that wreckage, something better grew. Sometimes justice isn't about punishment. It's about learning how to rebuild what's been broken, starting with ourselves.